Hi friends, welcome or welcome back. Today's self-reflection is going to be really helpful for you if you are limited on time and you're torn between making content or creating your product, your service, or your book. And I would simply ask you this. Would you spend all your time getting ready for a date and only focus on your outfit, your hair, your makeup, but neglect to take a shower, to shave if you're into that, to get a workout in, to look up some fun questions to ask on a first date, or even to take inventory of your own life and what the highlights are at the moment and even your goals? Think about that. So if you don't know me, I am a yoga teacher, former yoga teacher. I don't know. I can't really seem to get rid of that word. It follows me everywhere, but it's also been such a big part of my story. It helped me find my purpose. It, along with a lot of other spiritual practices, which you'll see in all of my videos. But today specifically, I wanted to work on a bunch of tasks because some things that were previously in my personal category have now been moved into professional. That's right. I joined the marketing team at my organization, and so I'm going to be helping do digital storytelling, and I'm really excited to move some things from, like I said, from personal, where they may be kind of niche topics that people in my circle don't really understand, and instead give it to an audience that has signed up for that. And so was just organizing some stuff, and I wondered, hey, should I update my, or what should I prioritize? Updating my LinkedIn profile because I just got this promotion. Should I work on my website? Gotta clean some stuff up over there. Should I actually work on my book? Should I do another reflection? Like, should I make content? Like, what should I do? And I asked ChatGPT to help me plan, kind of organize all these different tasks that I wanted to complete. And now I asked it, should I focus on the micro or the macro if these are the things that I'm working on? And I guess my prompt wasn't all that great. I've had some really great prompts. This was not one of them. And that just goes to show the limits of my language are the limits of my world, right? And so I wasn't able to ask or to give a good enough prompt, and so I didn't get a good enough answer, or at least I didn't get the answer that I was looking for. You know how when you know this is not this ain't it, right? And so I did eventually get my answer, and now I hesitate to mention synchronicities because I am in a very synchronistic period in my life, and because synchronicities aren't replicatable, if that's even a word. Like I said, I hesitate to mention it because what can you do with that information, But I think that maybe, just a little tangent here, I think that maybe you can at least put yourself on frequencies that lend themselves to synchronicity by doing things that elevate your mood, like yoga and singing, dancing, all kind of art, and anything that just allows you to be playful. That's what I'll say about that. Let's get back to how I found my answer through synchronicities. I actually found it through reading, right? And I don't know if you're like me and you're struggling to really focus on reading something all the way through, especially online. There's ads and there's always pop-ups and shit, and sometimes I'll send the articles to Pocket just so I can read them without all the distractions, and sometimes I'm just fuck it, we're doing this. And so I read the article. I'll link it down below. It is a little bit you don't need to be on all the platforms, but you should probably be on these. But then also, he does get to the point, which is really what I needed to hear today. And it's crazy that this is what I needed to hear today because I've actually given somebody else this advice before. You know how it goes. Like, when you're in the midst of things, you can't see the way out, right? You need that. You need somebody else, a third party that is like not involved in the situation to help you find clarity sometimes. And so the moral of the article was that you can pour your heart into creating content, and you will definitely get eyeballs and you'll get engagement, and you may even attract agents, or I forget what the other word is, somebody who can help you promote your book. It's specifically for, the article is specifically for writers, but you can insert here, your workshop or your ebook or your service or whatever other product you're working on. You can garner all this attention. You can say, hey, look at me, I'm so fucking awesome. And then when the people finally come with the checkbook and they're like, okay, well, what do you have? You're like, I don't really have it. That's what I have. All those advertisements that you saw for me. That's really how I view content. It's just like, a bunch of advertisements. But what good are they if there's no good product behind them, right? And now, I'm not saying to stop making content. The author also is not saying to stop making content. The key word here is prioritize. You want to prioritize your book, right? That's what you want to prioritize. Because the way I see it, that's at the core. Whatever your product or your service or whatever it is, it's at the core, right? And when you're making content and like doing, social media platforms and your website and all these external, these like digital representations of yourself, eventually those are all pointing back to you, right? And you want there to be something there. That sounds weird. You want to have some substance for when all those people come to you. You have something to show, right? And so I hope this helps you as, you're probably on here, trying to figure out like how much content you should create and this and that. Hey, do a little content. And you might even ask yourself, hey, isn't this content? Slightly, yes, it is. It's also, I see it as an extension of my journalistic practices, which have evolved from writing to audio to video. But mainly we're in the like audio portion of it, which has been so healing for me. It's been so therapeutic. I could simply just be sitting at my computer writing, but it's just that it's a little too heavy for me sometimes. I started getting TMJ and just like grinding away. And so sharing it with you through videos, through audio journaling, is really also part of my healing. It's part of my therapy. So, yes, it is also content, but it's not my priority. So, prioritize your book, not content creation. And I'm really curious to hear how you, as a storyteller, an author, maybe even just an artist, how are you making social media and working on your craft work? I know, in the beginning I said, hey, who's limited on time and struggling with this? I think we're all really limited on time. And a lot of us, anyone who wants to make a name for ourselves, is struggling with this. So really curious how you're working on it. Share your story below and you'll help inspire other people as well, because my story is just one way that I am making this work for me. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye. Se cuidan.